mentioned a while ago about the yung mga storage battery and storage sa mga hydro, mga ganun. Kasi you mentioned that a while ago and I heard that it will be classified already yung mga tinatawag nating mga storage system, no? And this will cure the problem of the ancillary services. Kasi sa ancillary services hindi natin siya nakaklasify, parang kasama siya as part of the tinatawag nating power generation. In here, it will be classified as a separate, di ba? So basically, we will be curing the problem of who will purchase, who will procure the ancillary services. Am I right?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, please.
it will depend on the use.
It will
So,
be
depend on the use.
on the use, yes, on the
Yes.
purpose, on the
On the
purpose.
purpose.
Kasi nakalagay dito sa ano nila na the nature of an energy storage system shall be classified based on the primary purpose. Kung ang primary purpose sila is for the generation sila. Or ang purpose sila is for ancillary sila. And thereby also the Transco can procure ancillary services. This will solve the problem that we have inherited because of the EPIRA law. So basically, masasolve itong problemang ito. Tama ba, Ms. Sharon?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Also, there could also be a standalone unit, no? Or hybrid. Pero
Yes, so-
yes, that will address, it's difficult kasi na i-standalone lang lahat eh, no? So we decided na it depends on what's the purpose of the battery.
Hindi kasi meron sinasabi sa EPIRA about this pag yung sa installed generating capacity natin, di ba? Halimbawa, for example, the whole country, we have like 15,000 megawatts, di ba? Ang nakalagay sa EPIRA is like 30% sa grid and 25% sa national grid. Maybe kay Mona Lisa de Malanta. So dito kasi naka-separate yun eh. Nakalagay 30% and 25%, di ba? May classification siya eh. Hindi ko maintindihan bakit sa EPIRA law pa. Sa yung capacity mo to own to
Iba po yung kasi yung capacity, yung limits on the installed generating capacity. And then there's also another threshold for the affiliate. Depende naman po yun dun sa pag-purchase ng distribution utility from affiliates.
kasi ang pinaka-essence ng EPIRA law is one grid, one market. Am I correct? So kung one grid, one market tayo, dapat, di ba, hindi siya nagka-classify sa 25% and 30%. So basically, dapat ba, kasi meron silang amendment dito na
Apa.
gagawin pang 15% and 25%. So, anong take nyo dun?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's actually worth revisiting po, especially now that we have a fully connected Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So does it still make sense to have a limitation on a per grid
Yeah.
basis?
Kasi parang walang
So,
sense na Mindanao grid, Visayas grid, saka Luzon grid, o kaya West M
Tama
ng
po.
Mindanao, West M
Tama po.
ng Luzon. Dapat wala na yun kasi one grid, one market tayo. So in that case, dapat you have to give us your
Our inputs po.
your take on this, ano?
Yes. Apo.
Dapat maklasify na lang natin siya as one. Hindi walang 50, walang 30, walang 25,
Yeah.
or if ever nagagawin natin siyang 15%, 25%, walang ganoon. Dapat isa lang. So give us your position paper on this.
We will, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. Mr. Chairman, meron pa po sana kaso I promise to okay lang.
Mr. Chair.
Okay ka.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Chair.
Kasi you just wanted also to find out.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, the way we address also like UCME, what we did is pwede naman siya i-qualify based on capacity or based on ang level ng EC, no? Or pwede din siyang based on kung anong size. It can be changed like that instead of per region. That's how we address kasi yung ibang topics na medyo na we encountered so many problems. It can also be tweaked like that, Mr. Chair.
Separately? I mean, by region? But
No,
the
no,
reason why,
I
I think the reason why we haven't got yet yung parang one grid, one market because during the time that the EPIRA was adopted, there was no yet a grid or a West M on the Mindanao area. And that's the reason why we separate each and every one of them. But now that we have interconnected the Visayas, the Mindanao, the Luzon already, so the premise of the law itself, which states that one grid, one market should be adopted. And that's the reason why what we wanted is like, baseline natin dapat no classification of 25% and 30%, only 15 or 25%. So yun ang sinasabi natin. So the generating power plants can avail not to exceed 25% or 50% all throughout. Wala dapat classification. Kasi nga, isa lang naman ang grid natin eh. Kung halimbawa, andito ako sa Luzon, ako yung may-ari ng power plant, tapos gusto kong mag-supply doon sa Region 8, so dapat same ang presyo kasi isang grid na lang tayo eh, interconnected na lahat eh. That's what I'm trying to point out. Kasi nga, yung sa EPIRA law, hindi siya masyadong clarify. Pinaghiwalay nila yung 25% and 30%. Parang sinasabi nila, dito sa national, 25%, 25%, pero pagdating sa Mindanao, 30% yung pricing. Kaya mahal sa kanila eh, tapos mura sa atin. Tawa nyo?